All right, welcome back. This is StudioMMA, and we are joined by the Polish UFC fighter Marcin Bandel, aka Bomba. How are you doing, buddy?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm good, good. Now, you've come to the UFC now. It's been a long time coming for you. I'm sure you were looking forward to it. But when you first started out doing MMA, when you did start doing pro fights and such, how long time did you think it would take to get to the UFC?
I don't even dream about this. It's just UFC was for me like I began when it was Pride UFC, and that was just like dream. Even now I don't even think about this. Even if you ask me like 2-3 years ago, I say what UFC impossible, and then people start to talk. He has to be in UFC, and I say yeah. And then next fight, and from fight to fight I start believe, and then my manager come with UFC contract, and then was like dream come true, you know. But my father died like two years ago, and nobody even he watch UFC. He spent all the night for watch, and he don't even think about this. And now I'm already ready to first my debut fight in UFC. So
I'm sure he'll be very proud of you.
I think so. He was crazy, and I think he was now wherever he is now. He's happy and he support me, and the same for my mom. We don't even expect something like this, you know. I am student. I study physiotherapy,
okay.
And at last year I take first 1 year break because I have proposition to go to Germany. I was there, then I come back and I won't finish my study, but then I get proposition from United States, from Chicago. So I stop. I hold. It's a better word. My study, but I hope I can finish this in the future. But we will see. I hope also that I can stay long time in UFC.
Well, how did you celebrate? Because, I mean, it sounds like you were very much not expecting this UFC contract, and like you're still in disbelief almost. How did you celebrate that news?
We make meeting. I get contract in some nice restaurant in my hometown in Łódź, and I eat hamburger, big hamburger with Coke, and that was celebration. You know, actually, for this time, I expect this. I mean, I don't expect like half year ago, because already before I signed this the contract, people start to speak about this. So it's not like was really big surprise for me. Still was surprise. I wish everyone surprised like this, but before I have time to be ready for this. You know, like half year, people start to speak. I win next to fight. So was like a little bit I wait for this,
okay.
You know. I hope I celebrate at Saturday. This will be awesome.
Exactly. Now you're a UFC fighter, but I know you're also a fan of the UFC. So during this period when you were fighting in the local Polish promotions, well, who were you a fan of in the UFC? Which fighters did you always want to see?
It's really a lot of fighters, really, and year by year it's more. In my division, Pettis is really good. Nurmagomedov, amazing wrestler. You have some few guys, Korean. All these guys are really good. Of course, from heavy, Cain Velasquez, John Jones. All these guys are from. You know, when I watch this fight, I'm every time excited. I move like this on the on TV when I sit on my couch. But I try to find something good from all of them, and sometimes I try on the train use some stuff, but it's hard to say who is my favorite one. I have a lot. I think like you, like everyone.
Yeah, probably it's hard to pick just one
because
favorite.
Now UFC is really huge, so this is the deal why it's hard to say this.
Now, like you said, you're in lightweight, and if I'm not mistaken, statistically, lightweights make up about 1/5 of the UFC rosters, whereas it's the most crowded weight class there is. Is that a good thing or a bad thing for you?
I heard it's tough division, but also 170 it's tough. You know, it's hard to say what is the worst division. I mean, I cut the weight because I'm not so tall, so this is my big goal, and I think I will be one of the biggest and the strongest there. Yeah. So this is good point for me. and that was just the reason for this.
Okay. But when it comes to just sheer quantity of fighters, if there's a lot of good lightweights, that also means it's hard to get noticed as a lightweight. Do you think that means that you have to maybe try a little bit extra to get some attention?
It's motivation for me, and I won't be one of the best there. It's like next dream, next point where I look for, and it's keep me in work. So I think maybe it's even better. Maybe it's even better because I can be better fighter. Who knows? Maybe my first fight was in, I don't know how much is in pounds, but 93 kilos. I have
wow.
3 fights,
Yeah.
3 first professional fight. I was like your Ilir,
Yeah.
Latifi, like short but big. And later I fought long time in 84. And then I have like just 2 fights in 77, and it's my first fight in 70. So who know? Maybe lighter. Who know? I cannot say.
So
no.
maybe even a potential move to featherweight in the future. You
We
never
will
know.
see.
Well,
Who
that's insane. I didn't know that. You've gone down from light heavyweight
Yes.
to lightweight.
Yes.
Because
Exactly.
it's interesting you're saying that, because when I bumped into you in the restroom and you were standing next to Jan Blachowicz, I was thinking, wow, they're pretty similar size.
Yes.
And now it makes sense. You used to be a light heavyweight.
Yes.
So what was it that prompted the decision to go down this far down in weight instead of maybe bulking up?
You know, in my country, we are proud. We fight everywhere, and I begin actually like I start train like close to 9 years ago. And they say, for example, like I give you 2,000 fight with this guy here. Okay, fuck this. I take this, and it was like not professional. I take the fight. For my proud, when they ask me, I cannot say no, and that was the reason why I start fight in so heavy division. And I love food, you know. I don't want to keep
That
diet
makes two of
at
us.
this time. So I hope we celebrate after.
Oh, yeah.
I tell this everyone. I look forward. And later I was smaller because on the beginning I make a lot of lifting, you know. Later I was smaller, so I go to 84. And really long time I was 84. Is like my natural weight is 89.
Okay.
So now I'm 2 months on my diet, and then I try in 77, and now it's like I think first time really professional, and I'm 70. I going to 70.
Okay. Well, like you said, you like food. I also like food. I used to compete a little bit, and for me, the hardest part was
You have
the
to
diet.
go to USA.
Yeah?
It's a lot of things to eat, to do, and it's like, you know, like you put some child in Disneyland and you say you just have to stay here and don't move.
Yeah.
Man, terrible.
True. Very true. But as someone who loves food, what is the thing that you look forward to eating the most after the weigh-ins or after your fights?
It's hard to say. It's so many things. On the beginning, I want some candy bars, something sweet, some chocolate. But now I think more about some really hard fast food like Burger King, something like this. And I'm really confused.
Yeah.
I think I take all for my on my way. After the fight, I want to take family and look a little bit city because I have no time to make this before. And I hope I will be really happy. And I stay in few places. You have some stores open 24 hours.
Yeah, there's a couple.
Kebab.
At the kebabs you'll find. You can find a couple 7-Elevens. You'll find candy bars there.
I want something bad.
Yeah, something with more calories in one meal than you've had during a whole week before.
Even it's like half of this is fat will be good. I looking forward really.
Now, would you say that reward is something that's also motivating? The fact that you do put your body through a lot of stress, you put your mind through a lot of stress. You know, you're training very hard, you're losing weight, and that reward.
It's like salary, you know. You keep diet, you work really hard. I think I work how hard I just can. Sometimes I say to my coach, I heard next round, and I think, fuck, man, I'm so tired. I think it's not good. But then I make this, and then I start to realize that I put so many hard, and now it's like just cherry on the cake. So I have to go win, and later salary. It's like, you know, it's good for the mind. I know I talk now a lot that I going to eat like crazy, but I think 1 week and I come back to normal healthy food, because to be honest with you, I feel better when I eat good.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, obviously, you know, when the body is feeling good, the mind will also feel good.
But 1 week, it's for my mind.
Yeah.
And I going to eat completely all.
You gonna do a buffet?
Pizza. Pizza is good.
Pizza, yeah.
I have to try.
You should have a kebab pizza.
Kebab pizza.
Yeah.
We have this in Poland.
You have it as well? Okay.
I don't eat so often pizza, but
But try the kebab pizzas here in Stockholm. They're pretty good, actually.
Okay, if it will be open, because we will be night, I think, after event. But people from Turkey, I was in Germany and they have long time open kebab.
Yeah.
So I think.
Yeah, you'll find some places here, absolutely.
It's just expensive here.
Yeah.
This is terrible. But okay.
Very different from Poland, I can imagine, here, the prices.
Even for Germany it's a rich country, and even for USA, same, I think, rich country, and still here it's expensive.
Yeah.
Maybe you don't know this. Maybe all of you don't know this.
Well, the thing is, I know I'm from the south of Sweden, and it's actually cheaper down there than it is here in Stockholm, in the capital.
Here it's terrible.
Yeah, yeah. But some things here they cost twice as much as they do in my city. So,
so
I feel your pain. Don't worry.
Exactly.
So, now, when you were growing up, aside from MMA stars and such, were there any other athletes or figures that inspired you? Like, I don't know, Bruce Lee, Mike Tyson, like those kinds of people?
When I was young, every time I was from a really small kid, I was really excited about the fight. But I started train football, and I train like 9-year football.
Okay.
I was some prospect, but then in Poland, when you don't have good connection, it's hard to go somewhere. So my parents don't have good connection. I was angry because some club won't buy me, but I have to pay for this. So I'm not dumb. And already at this time, my friends bring me to box. I start make some box. Later I start make jiu-jitsu, and I was hard because I at this time I miss football. Was actually all my like like teenager years I make this, but now I don't miss. Now it's a lot of not good people in soccer, and now I love this what I make, and that's it. But of course I know Tyson, but box was bored. When I was small, box was bored for me. When Tyson fought was nice because he knocked out everyone really fast, so I can watch this. But a lot of fight was so bored. And at this time you have no MMA in Poland. I think in all the world you don't have. You have on some internet stuff like Pride, but it was not easy to watch this. It was not like international like now, you know. American wrestling. I watched this.
Yeah? You love
and after this, I think was true, and every time fight with my brother, I take the chair, I hit him with chair, he made the same shit. Was so
how did you react when you realized that wrestling was fake? Because a friend of mine who was very much into wrestling, and he found out that it was fake at kind of a late age, and he was depressed in a week.
I was a little bit disappointed. I say, for example, La Parca, Goldberg, they are not true, they are fake, like this. But and now when I watch this, it's like, oh, fuck.
You realize how could this not be fake?
It's funny, so funny. Too funny for true. But at this time when I was small, I found nice, tough guys.
Yeah.
I won't be like this.
Do you remember the first MMA fight you ever saw?
It's hard to say. I think some illegal at this time, because in Poland we have some connection with football fans and MMA, and was like underground cage fighting.
Oh yeah.
And it was documentary movie about Polish hooligans, Klatka, it's a cage in Polish, and it was like about football hooligan and fighting the cage. And I believe that was first time when I saw professional MMA fight.
And do you remember your reaction to seeing MMA for the first time?
Was like, oh, they are not normal, you know. It's crazy, like wild, but they are really tough. They are beasts, something like that.
And now, many years later, you're a cage fighter yourself.
I'm there, and in the biggest organization in the world.
Exactly.
So, what can I say?
Well, it's quite an amazing story. You've had a very interesting life, coming from football, growing up in Poland, and now making
my life is crazy. It's changed really. I cannot make even plan for next year because all the moves move so fast. So, if you ask me like 1 year ago about United States, was like, oh, I hope in future I go there. And now I was free time, and it's like, Now I fly to USA and I don't even feel I'm in USA. I feel like in Poland. The same in Germany. Because of history, we have some argue with them. And in the school, I have a lot of lesson from German. I have to learn this language, and was like, fuck, I don't need this. I don't like this. I don't like them. I don't want use this. And then I have proposition, and I was 9 months in Germany. So life is brutal. It's really funny. Sometimes can make a funny story for you. And I have no plan. Now I know I can make any plan, and all my life look like this. All change really fast and like in one moment.
Yeah. Well, I think we're all very happy. We have the pleasure that you managed to make it here to the UFC and out to our studio. We're very thankful for it. Thank you for your time. It's Studio MMA here with Marcin Bandel, and you guys can look forward to even more interviews the whole week of UFC Fight Night Stockholm. Marcin, thank you very much. Dziękuję.
Thanks, like this.
Yeah.
Tak.